Yo, what it is, guys? What's up? Welcome to the very first episode of K24 swapping my Honda Prelude. Woo. In this video, we're gonna be installing the most epic must-do mods for the K24 motor. Along with refreshing the motor a bit, we got a new timing belt, timing tensioner. Did I say timing belt? I meant timing chain. Because yo, we're not on the H series anymore, we're on the K series. I have a bunch of boxes on the table right here. This is all the goodies we're gonna be installing on the K24 today. Let's check it out. First up, and one of the most important things to do, is the RSX Type S oil pump. The RSX has a K20 engine. I have a K24. Now this is the K24 oil pump. And you can see it's a lot more bulkier, bigger, definitely heavier. Since this oil pump is so much heavier, it takes a lot more power to get it working. I believe that you can only rev up to like 7,200 RPM with this oil pump, whereas with this one you can rev up to about 8,000, maybe 8,500. Besides the oil pump, the next best upgrade is the RBC VTC gear. The RBC gear is from the 8th gen Civic Si. So this RBC gear is gonna allow for up to 50 degrees of tuning. The K24, I believe it's only limited to about 25 degrees. So with this upgrade, you'll get much more engine response. And next, I got the TracTuff VTC limiter. If you look in this bag, I think all it is this tiny little pin right here. Pretty much this VTC limiter works with this RBC gear. I'm gonna have to take it apart, install this little pin. And this little pin is just a little insurance for the RBC gear, because according to Honda data, they recommend going no further than 45 degrees on the VTC gear. Any further than 45 degrees could cause damage to the engine. And so this is definitely a must-do mod. And I think that's about it. All right, now that we went over all the parts we're gonna install on the K24, let's go start tearing down this motor. Yeah! Alright, so the oil pan is off, but I made a discovery. Now, I did hear something move around when I flipped the motor around, but check this out. There's these pieces of metal right here. I'm not sure where they go. One fell on the ground right here, and there's another one right over here. Also, I noticed that the oil pump, the tensioner broke right here. Look at that, there's no tension on the not belt, the chain, tensioner chain, yeah. And that broken piece is actually right here. So maybe these metal pieces go in this tensioner guide, I think. But I mean, hopefully there's not more damage. This is probably the reason why the car died, or this engine died. The oil pan looks like it has some debris. I don't know if there's another shavings, but yeah. All right, guys, it's been a couple of days and I've had some time to take the engine apart, think about what's going on, and let me share with you what I found. So over here we have a sort of girdle. It holds all of these main bearing caps in place, and if you look at it, you can see that there's some burn marks or scorching. They don't feel like grooves. Well, they kind of do, but these are pretty much burn marks on the bearings. This is just the top part. The other side is over here on the block. And you can see they have this little oil galley so that oil could travel through and lubricate the crankshaft. So these are also kind of burnt as well. You can see they have some marks. And down below, these are the piston rods, and they have bearings, which you can see they have discoloration, burn marks. If you look over here, this is the crankshaft. I've already cleaned the mating points of where the bearings will mate to the crank, and it actually looks pretty good. Like there's some slight discoloration, but I think it looks really good. All right, so I have a theory. I think that when that oil pump tensioner had broke, the engine stopped getting oil pressure, right? So if there was no oil pressure, that means that no oil was going through these galleys right here to provide lubricant for the crankshaft. So for however long this motor was running with the broken tensioner, I really think that's what caused these burn marks on the bearings. Now, I haven't taken off these bearings to look underneath, because if you take it off and look underneath, ooh, let's hope this doesn't fly somewhere. Ooh, oh no. Here we go. Oh shoot. If we look underneath, it looks stained. So pretty much what I'm getting at is that this bearing had stayed in place, because if you get excessive heat or not enough lubrication between the bearing and crank, what's going to happen is that this is going to stick to the crank and start spinning around and create excessive heat, and that'll cause a lot of issues. If those burn marks are caused from the temporary loss of oil pressure, I think I could replace the bearings, check all the clearances, make sure everything's nice and straight, and if everything is within spec, then I think I could send it. I think I could just run the motor. I've already looked at the cylinder walls and they all look pretty smooth. I don't see any scarring or scratches. It's really tight. I can't put my finger in there, but I mean the walls don't look damaged at all. Oh, there's a piece of paper towel in there. So I don't think it's necessary to have the engine taken apart and rebuilt. I'm just being real hopeful right now. I really don't want to tear down the motor and send it out to get machined, because I feel like I don't want to do more than I really need to. It's just a lot of extra steps that I'm not trying to do right now. But luckily, I already have some rod bearings in stock. These are the main bearings, rod bearings, thrust washers, and some plastic gauge. This plastic gauge is what I'm going to use to check the clearances on the bearings and the crankshaft. If those two check out, then I'm gonna go ahead and send the motor as is. But if it fails, I guess I'm gonna do a full engine rebuild. Before I can check the oil clearances between the crankshaft and bearings, I gotta install the new bearings I have for the K24 motor. Once the new bearings are installed, I lubricate the bottom bearings only, just to be safe. The top of the crankshaft has to be dry in order to get an accurate reading for the plastic gauge. The girdle or bridge cap has to be torqued down first to 22 foot-pounds and then tightened an additional 56 degrees. Once done, I can take off the cap bridge and measure each of the oil clearances. It's very hard to tell, but it seems to be a little over 0.001 inches. The plastic gauge on each of the crank bearings look pretty consistent and smooth to me, so I just moved on and applied Honda Bond to the mating surface and reinstalled the bridge cap. Next up is the rod bearings. They're just like the crank bearings but a little smaller. You can see underneath the old bearings that the marking looks seized, so there's no signs of a spun bearing. Once all the new bearings are installed, the rod caps have to be torqued to 27 foot-pounds, and then this time I had to apply an additional 120 degrees. I found that using double-sided tape helped hold my phone in place as I struggled to turn the bar 120 degrees. I messed up on this one and it caused the crankshaft to turn a little, but from the looks of it, I could tell where the plastic gauge originally sat. And once again, I don't really know how to read this plastic gauge. For some reason, the 0.001 inch looks bigger than the 0.0015 inch. So to be honest with you guys, I can't get an accurate measurement, but the plastic gauge on each rod bearing looks pretty consistent to me, and so I'm gonna just send it. Alright guys, it's been almost a week since the last clip. I almost lost motivation. Nah. What I've been waiting on is this right here, a new OEM oil pump tensioner. I mean, I could have just picked this up at the dealership for about $180, but I saw it on Amazon for $100 cheaper. But the thing is, it came from Japan, and so that's why it took about a week to get here. But hey, I mean, it's an OEM part. Yeah. So since we finally got this part, we're ready to go ahead and install the Type S oil pump. But unfortunately, this isn't plug and play, and it doesn't fit in the K24 without modification. Okay, so this is how the oil pump is gonna go on. You got 2 dowel pins on the bottom, and they do line up perfectly. But as you can see, it's getting blocked by this little notch right here. There we go. Perfect fitment. I know this is something that no one's really gonna see except you guys, but usually people would just cut everything, and I just wanted to be as close as possible and still get perfect fitment. Yeah. We've been waiting all week for is the old one that fell apart. Bam, new one. Let's go. Oh shoot, I do use that one. Good thing I didn't cut too deep. I didn't know we had to reuse that screw. All right, now that we finally got the Type S oil pump installed, we can focus on the RBC gear and TracTuff VTC limiter. Yeah. Dang, I just love nice, clean, brand new parts. RBC gear, let's see what's in the TracTuff VTC limiter pack. Instructions, okay. Some blue Loctite, TracTuff sticker, and here it is. It's literally just a pin, and he even provides you with a little tool to, I guess, for this. Oh, okay. Lefty. No, right, righty tighty. Oh, this is freaking strong. Okay, here we go. Oh, this hurts just holding the freaking gear in place. Ugh. Okay, that's one down. Yo, this hurts. You know what? I should probably install this and then break it loose while it's on the freaking camshaft, right? Doesn't that make sense? Let's do that. This is 24 right here. Yep. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, there we go. So I'm talking about. Giggity. What if this doesn't fit? It should. A lot of people do it. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. All right, let's hope all this effort was not a waste. Oh, that's the one I already loosened. All right, back on the workbench. Wait, oh, didn't think they were that long. Boom, boom. I'm just taking this thing apart. I watched the video earlier, so kind of have an idea on what to expect. To my understanding, this TracTuff upgrade limiter simply goes right here. Oh shoot. Like that. And that's it, I believe. From what I've watched, I didn't read the instructions. Let's check it out. Right. Get this up in here. All right, let's get this in here. Yo, them birds are wildin' today. I wonder if this going in. Bruh, can I just smack it? Probably not safe. This goes in effortlessly, right? What the heck? This could be off by a little bit. I guess that would make sense. All right, now let's try it. Everything's kind of loosened up. There we go. Should've just done everything while I was on here, huh? There we go. Now we can put it in the locked position. Hey, and we're still in time. Whew, at last. I can finally relax. Everything is done, almost. We got the Type S oil pump modified and installed. The RBC gear modified and installed. And the last thing to do is install this OEM timing chain kit. It's only 5 pieces. You get the timing chain, 3 guides, and the timing tensioner. Watch how easy it is to install the timing chain. Here's the part number in case you need it. The OEM timing chain has 2 sets of gold links at the top, and they go on the cams up here. All you do is set them at these 2 dots right there and right there. Boom and boom. And then here at the bottom, you also have another link. You guys can see that little dot right there. Just make sure the gold link goes on here. Boom. I probably should put these guides on first. This is the one that goes on the intake side. This guide goes on the exhaust side. Here. OEM tensioner. Can't forget the upper chain guide. Goes up here. But which way? Does it go like this? Yup. Right here. Look at this. This thing looks stripped already. See, that looks kind of flat on the top part. Alright, this is a M8125. M8125. It does have some resistance, so maybe it'll help a little bit. Let's see. Moment of truth. Oh yeah. Nope, it's still hard. Oh well. If anything, it's a little bit better than what it was before. Oh, okay, just past that one spot. And now it goes further by hand. Whoa. Now we can pull this grenade pin. Woo! Yo, this thing was bent. What the heck? And supposedly I'm supposed to push this like another 2 or 3 clicks. 1, 2. Oh, that kind of hurt. I don't think I can go any further than that. That really hurt my abs. I'm gonna give just a few spins to make sure everything lines back up together. There we go. And that triangle lines up with that triangle. The key to getting a nice easy spin is removing the spark plugs. Because if you have the spark plugs installed, it's gonna try to create compression and it makes it harder to turn the crank. Now we're finally done. I don't know if you've ever done a timing belt job on the H series, but on my Prelude, I have a manual tensioner, and you really have to finesse getting the belt on because it's super tight and it takes a lot of finessing to do. But here with the chain, man, you easily just line these gold links up with these dots, same on the bottom, then you just bolt everything down, and then you add tension whenever you're good to go. What was supposed to be a 1-day job turned into 3 weeks. Just about. It's been like, what, 2 weeks since my last upload? Yeah, I'm slacking. We got a lot done to the motor that I wasn't planning to do. The Type S oil pump, the RBC gear, the VTC limiter, the whole timing chain kit. the main and rod bearings, thrust washers, along with that oil pump tensioner that broke. Just in case you're looking for these parts, I'll leave all the links down in the description below, along with the OEM part numbers, just to make it easy for you, so you don't have to go around doing research on your own. So if you're excited for the K24 swap and the Prelude, be sure to like this video, leave a comment, and I'll see you on the next one. Yeah!